My parents looked down at my husband, not knowing he came from a wealthy family. My husband came from a family of real estate tycoons. He came from generational wealth, and his parents sent him here to the US when he was only in middle school. My family is rich, but we aren't wealthy like my husband's family, where they have sustainable and lasting wealth throughout generations. My husband's family had companies that were passed down from as late as his great-grandparents. Throughout my whole life, my parents have always disapproved of the men I dated because of their background. Everything always went well until they bring up the question about their occupation and their family's background. I understand that they just want to make sure that the man I end up marrying can take care of me, but it's getting absurd. I met my husband at my university and we clicked off right away. I wanted to become a lawyer while my husband was at school to just have a degree under his name. By the time I graduated and became a lawyer, my husband opened up his own small coffee shop near our area. My parents started finding out that I'm currently dating someone and invited my husband and I for dinner at a high-end restaurant. I told my husband that we didn't have to, and I brought up the fact that they were judgeful people. My husband smiled and told me that he doesn't mind and that he will try and do whatever he can to win my parents. When my husband and my parents first met, everything went fine. It wasn't until an hour later into the conversation was when my dad brought up the question of what he did for a living. My husband told my dad that he owned a small coffee shop. My dad scoffed and said, "So you expect to date my daughter with a low income?" I cut off my dad and told him to stop. My husband responded and told my parents that he was making a decent income from his store because of the college students that go there. My mom then joined the conversation and said, "Well, we always imagined our daughter to end up marrying to a wealthy family, and I'm just going to be honest and say that this relationship isn't going to work out." My husband smiled and calmly said, "So what do you guys do for a living?" My dad responded proudly and said that he became a lawyer in his late 20s and joined one of the largest firms in the West Coast. My husband asked for his law firm's name and my dad responded. My husband's face lit up and said, "Oh, that's my uncle's law firm." My dad looked at him confused and asked what my husband meant. My husband told him that his uncle was one of the founders of that firm and used the inheritance his grandfather gave him to start it up. My dad, still looking confused, looked at him and said, "Well, that can't be right. There's no way a small coffee shop owner like you is related to the CEO of the firm I work for." My husband smiled again and said, "Would you like me to talk to him? Maybe give him a word about how you judged me and looked down on me?"